G'day there everyone, Daniel Anderson here and welcome to this episode where we're going to take a look at building an end-to-end employee referral program solution using SharePoint and Microsoft Forms. So this came about actually working with a customer of mine where we're migrating and moving from SharePoint Classic into SharePoint Modern. Now, one of the things that they've got across, and you might find this as well in a SharePoint Classic environment, is a lot of embedded forms via script editors and things like that. So maybe using a third-party solution like Wufoo Forms or the like, where we can now start to think about and transition away from needing that, because one of the powers of Microsoft 365 are all the applications that you have access to as part of your license. Now, one of those is obviously Microsoft Forms, and we can use that for a lot of different scenarios. And in this case, we're going to create a form with a couple of different sections, allow for some file uploads, and also then build out a page in our intranet where we can refer to the form. We'll embed that into the form. We'll have some terms and conditions and things like that as well. So let's get stuck into it. And the first thing we're going to do is build out our form. So you can see I'm on a SharePoint communication site right now. It's a HR site, but the first thing we're going to do is we're going to open up Microsoft Forms and we're going to begin to build out our form. So we're just going to click New Form. We're going to give this form a title first of all. So let's just call this Employee Referral Program. We're going to first of all add a new section. So let's add this section. Let's call this Your Details. Okay, and let's start building out the questions. So we're going to add a number of different text fields here. So let's go your full name. Let's go your office. We'll just make all of these text based. We'll go another one where we'll go your email. Now, I know Microsoft Forms, if it can grab all of this via user profiles as well, but people could potentially do this on behalf of somebody else, or it could be made available externally as well. So we're going to keep all of these as part of the form. So let's go your mobile number as well. So that's the first section of, and this is all about the person that's filling this form out. Now we want to look at having another section for the referred candidate's details. So let's now go add new section and let's call this referred candidate details. All right, so let's give this a name. We could give this a description as well. All right, so let's add a little subtitle there and let's build out and add some more questions here. So let's go candidate name and we'll add a few more here. Candidate mobile and another one, candidate email. Like so. Let's just fix up the spelling and we'll add another one called candidate current position. Like so. And we better add the employer as well. Current employer. And we'll add another text box here, but we'll make this a long answer one. And let's just call this additional notes. And now we also want to add a file upload. So this is where we could upload the CV or resume of this candidate here as well. All right, and you can see here that it's indicating here that a new folder is going to be created in OneDrive. Files uploaded by the responders will be captured in this folder, and that the responder names and file details will automatically be recorded in OneDrive. All right, so that's another great added benefit here. The files that are being uploaded are being stored in OneDrive too. So let's go to candidate resume, and we'll just go 1, and you can set a file size limit as well. Let's just give that 100 meg, and that is all we need to do for this section. Now, I am going to add another section here as well, because part of this employee referral program, there are some terms and conditions. So what we're going to do here is just have a yes/no box here that links back to the SharePoint page that has all the terms and conditions on it, because the user will have to accept that they've read those terms and conditions. So let's just call this section terms and conditions. Terms and conditions, like so. And we will add the link to the SharePoint site. So please read the following T&Cs here. And there's the site. And we'll add a new choice column here. We'll go yes, and we'll go no. And let's just give this a title, and we'll go, I have read and agreed to the terms and conditions. Okay. Okay, let's just give this a title. I have read and agreed to the terms and conditions of the referral program, and we've got a link there. So let's have a look now and preview this. So we can see here that we have got the first section, which is all about the person that's filling this form out. And then we go to the next section where we've got the referred candidate details here, and we've got all of this information here. We've also got this file upload button as well. And then we've got the last section here where it's got the terms and conditions, and we've got a link to the terms and conditions page. Now I'll change that in just a minute, where I'm going to add and build the page out. So we've got a form, a basic form set up here. Now let's jump back onto the SharePoint site and let's build out a page. All right, so let's build and create a new page. And let's just give this a basic text page. Actually, let's just choose blank. We'll build it from scratch. So we've got a blank page here. Let's just give it a nice header image. Let's jump into stock images here and go employee. And let's choose this one here. So we'll insert that, and let's give the page a title. So we'll call it Employee Referral Program. And I want to just change this section a little bit, because I want to have a 1/3 right, because what I want to do is I want to add a people web part here. And I want to go contact person. So I want to add a person here. Let's add Megan. So we've got somebody to contact if we need to. Now we've got a text box here. Now I'm going to leave that there because that's going to be where I place the terms and conditions. All right. So actually let's add that in there now. So let's go, and I've got a sample terms and conditions, which will just copy from this document here. So we'll go copy and we'll go paste. So there, let's just add that in there. I won't go and format anything there right this second. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to add the form. So let's type in form, and one of the web parts here that you'll see is Microsoft Forms. Now, we don't need to create a new one because we've already got one. So let's add an existing form, and on the right-hand side here, it's where we're asked for the form web address. So if I jump now into the referral program, and if I go collect responses, you can see here that I can click this copy button, and the URL is going to be copied to the clipboard. And now what I can do is paste that in there, and I'll leave this as collect responses. I'll click OK. Now what's going to happen is that that form is now going to be embedded into the SharePoint page. All right, so let's now publish this page, and let's have a look at what that looks like. So the page has now been published, and we've got our contact person, which is Megan. People can hover over it, people can message and ask any questions so they know who to contact. We've actually got the form here that steps through each section, all right, that we built out before. And we've also got the terms and conditions here as well on the single page. So we've got a nice central place here now for all the information that a user needs to fill out the form, read about the employee referral program, and then complete that action. Now, another thing that I'm going to just add to this page, just to give it a little bit more I guess community feel as well, and access to the HR team, is let's now add the HR Yammer feed into here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a vertical section on the right hand side, and I'm going to add the Yammer web part. And we've got a Yammer group or a Yammer community as part of this tenant that is called Ask HR. So let's add the Ask HR Yammer web part in here, and that way again just gives another point of contact for somebody to communicate with the HR team, ask questions, or just get some advice or anything like that, or start a conversation with them from this employee referral program page. So we've selected community, we've got Ask HR, we've got the filter of all conversations. Now you could just say the questions, but in this case we're just going to leave it as all conversations. And let's bump this up to 6, and let's republish that now. So what we've now got is an employee referral program, that's a page that has got a form, it's got a contact person, and it's got a conversations part here also now that integrates in with the Ask HR Yammer community as well. All right, so let's now go through the process and what that looks like for somebody filling out this form, and have a look at where these uploaded files are actually located. So let's fill this form out. So my name here, like so, office, let's go Melbourne. Let's go put my email address in. Like so, let's put my mobile number in. We'll click next, and we're taken to the next section, which is the referred candidate details. Let's go John Smith, and candidate mobile number. Email address is john@smith.com, and current position is manager of product, and the current employer is Microsoft. We can add some additional notes in here. Great person, great fit. And here we can upload now the employee resume. So let's just choose let's choose a file. Let's go letter of offer. That'll be fine. So for this example, this would be the candidate's resume, and we're now going to upload that. Now, what we'll see here, we'll click next. Now we're taken to the terms and conditions. So the terms and conditions are actually on this page. So we can say, yep, I have all read that. Now we could go in here and change the link. So if I grab the link here and jump back into the forms, let's just refresh this so that the form appears in my forms dashboard, and we can click this form. So what we might do is just edit this on the fly. So we'll jump down here. We'll click inside the title of section 3. Let's pop in the new URL of that page. No, that's right. It's going to use that. So let me just open up Notepad and copy that in there. And then let's paste that like so. And we're now good to go. So the next time that will work. Yes, I have read it. Let's submit. And that has now been submitted. And the great thing about Microsoft Forms is that we see these responses come in. We can open everything in Excel and we can have a look at the data there as well. Now, what about where the CVs or these files are uploaded? So let's take a look at where they are stored. So if we remember back to the start, we were building out the form. It said it was going to be in OneDrive. So I'm going to click on OneDrive. And let's have a look here. So we've now got this folder called Apps. We have a folder called Microsoft Forms. We now have a folder also called the Employee Referral Program because that's the name of the form. Let's jump in here. And inside this folder, you can see here that we've now got 2 files because I went through this process earlier. We've now got 2 files here. The file name, but it's also got a suffix of the person that actually uploaded that file. All right, and you can see here that it's been modified and the person here that has uploaded it as well. So that's where the files are stored because this is a personal Microsoft form that I created, not a group form. This is where the files are uploaded to. All right, so a great little way there to build out a process using Microsoft Forms, integrating it in with SharePoint, and also bringing the conversations and engagement with Yammer as well. So bringing that into a single location, into that one page. We've got everything we need to generate and create a great experience for the end user. Now, the great thing here also is that you don't need to visit this page because this form here, we could grab the link, we could email it out, we could generate a QR code and then distribute that as we need to as well. So there we have it, end-to-end solution all around how to build out an employee referral program. So I hope that brings you some value and I'll see you in the next episode.